meal prep with me for my first full week of Whole30. We're going to make roast beef with root vegetables. And everything in here is from Aldi, unless otherwise noted. So we're going to use my old Hamilton Beach slow cooker that my grandpa gave my parents as a wedding gift, and my parents have been married almost 50 years. I love this because this glass lid can also be used as a baking dish. This part can be used as a pot on the stove, and then the heating element can be used as a griddle. It needs a deep clean, but it still works fine. Just a little stained. And so I'm putting the pot right on the stove, and here is my roast. I had a little sticker shock when I saw the price, even for Aldi, but when you think about that, that's 5 days worth of lunch protein, so it's actually not that bad of a buy. It'd be cheaper to get it pre-marinated, but most of the marinades were not Whole30 friendly. Just gonna put some olive oil in the pot and heat that up on the stove. And then I'm going to put the meat right in and go ahead and brown it a little bit on each side. I'm seasoning it with some salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. And then once it gets really nice and hot, I'm just going to leave it one side for a minute each, and then flip it and do another minute. And this is just to brown the outside of the meat again so that you really lock in those flavors and the juices. So once the meat's brown, I'm going to shut off the stove, and then I'm going to prepare my vegetables. So I'm going to do 1 onion, and you can see I'm saving the veggie scraps in a freezer bag. This will be used for veggie stock later. Same thing with the carrots. Put the peels and the roots in the freezer bag. Trying to get the carrots cut to a relatively uniform size and shape so that they cook more evenly. And then this bag of potatoes, little yellow potatoes, I like to cut them in half. And then I'm going to put them on the heating element. I'm going to add just a little water to just keep everything from drying out. So it just goes right on and plug it in. And it doesn't need to be turned on or anything. Just once it's plugged in, it's on. And I set it on the highest setting. You could do slower if you wanted to, but I wasn't going anywhere. I was going to be home, so I just needed those 3.5 or 4 hours to cook it. Tried to get everything away from it since obviously it heats up. Hard to do in a small apartment, but making it work. So then once it's done, use hot pads and be really careful of the steam. I have burned myself opening this thing before with the steam. It's not a pleasant experience. But there it is, all done. And I'm just going to divide up the meat and put it in these glass containers that I got from Target for meal prepping. I really recommend getting glass containers and reusing them. Just the plastic ones will wear out so fast. And with this broth, I could make gravy if I wasn't on Whole30, but I don't want to use flour, so I'm just adding a little bit to each of these containers so that they don't dry out in the fridge. And there's my lunches for the week. And then breakfast is where I have a lot more things from Target. I have the Silk unsweetened almond milk, and then the Vital Proteins collagen powder. The flaxseed, I think, is from Fresh Time, actually. But ladies, days 1 to 14 of your cycle, these can really help with hormonal balance. And then the frozen avocado, some pineapple, and the spinach. And just put them in these little smoothie cups, and then all I have to do is put in the blade and blend it in the morning, and I will add a banana to each one in the morning right before I blend it. So those are my meals for the week.